Hello and welcome back to the fourth and final video update for my photography project. In this one I'm going to be talking about the last of the photos that I've taken, a little bit more research, a couple of interesting articles and things that I found quite interesting, and the final product, the zine that I've made in the process of making that. Okay, so the photos I've taken for this week, I took, it was kind of just like a throwaway pose, I don't even think I put it in the final thing, but just out my window of the landscape I can see out my window. I did a photo that's basically directly copying one of Alexa Chung's posts that one of the photos that I used in my essay actually. And a couple of other posts. I did one, it was a selfie showing off the nails that I had painted. I did one up against the window with a hoodie on. And I did one in my room with a nice dress on, and they were all kind of fake advertising posts. I wanted to kind of capture more of a sense of the influencer. Obviously, the influencer is there to sell products to people, so I wanted to try my hand at making promotional content as well. Although it was a lie, obviously. But yeah, I think those images have come out really well. I'm overall really pleased with my images for this project. I think a lot of them came out a lot better than I expected. And I came up with a lot of ideas just by using Instagram and engaging more with other influencers on that platform. So overall, I'm really happy with all of my images and how they turned out, and the ones that I've selected for my zine, which you will see in a moment. But before we get onto that, I want to tell you about some more research that I've been doing. My friend added me to a group chat on Instagram, which is basically just full of aspiring influencers, and it was quite interesting really. There's no conversation in this group chat. They don't talk about regular things that you would expect to talk about in a group chat. All they ever do is post the word happy, and that means that they have uploaded, and then everybody else in the group chat is supposed to go and like their post and comment on it. That's the rules in the chat. There are like a full-on list of rules. Like you can't post happy in the group chat more than twice a day, I think it is, and you have to, like and comment on the other people who are in the group chat. Like there's a whole list of rules. It's stupid. I did it once for one of my posts, and I have to say I got a lot of engagement on that post, so it definitely worked. But I just thought it was such a strange concept. Like you don't even talk to each other, you don't even know each other, and you just like and comment on each other's posts just to kind of help each other out. It was really weird. There was also a big fight on that group chat the other day about somebody uploading too much content that day and posting happy too many times. It was just a big drama, and it's so pointless and I don't get it, but there we go, something I thought was interesting. Now I know I've been talking very negatively about Instagram, basically the entirety of this project, but I did want to point out that Instagram isn't this terrible thing that everybody should avoid because it's the most negative place on earth. I wanted to talk about something a little bit more positive to kind of give an alternative view to what I've been looking at. So I looked at Jameela Jamil's Instagram account, and she's very positive. She's all about positive body image and feminism and equal rights. So it's a very nice place. She uses it for good. She doesn't just use it to, promote something she's doing to her fans or stuff like that. She uses it for good. And she has a separate account called I Weigh, which is just about, again, empowering females, basically saying that women are worth far more than what they weigh. So yeah, very empowering, very nice. Just, the complete opposite of the things I've been looking at, all of these influencers that basically use their audience in order to sell products and stuff like that. So it was just a positive look on Instagram and how it can be used. And now let's get back to the negativity. So I also read an article about child influencers. This is mostly on YouTube rather than Instagram, but again, still very interesting and very relevant. The article looked into several children who had popular YouTube accounts. A lot of them are to do with like toys and unboxing toys, reviewing toys, that kind of thing. I think one of them was fashion based, so she's just like a kid model type thing. And another was a football player. So a range of different kinds of kid influencers that were in this article. It's just so strange to me. I mean, one of them, Ryan Toys Review is his YouTube channel. And he has more subscribers than like the most popular music channels on YouTube. So like Lady Gaga or Ariana Grande or something like that. He has more subscribers than them. Like, That's crazy to me. There was a few things that I thought weren't so nice. So one of the influencers that were in this article, Tekka's Kid is his YouTube channel. He's the football player. His real name's Lorenzo. And he said he'll only ever go to the park when other kids aren't there, because he just gets too much attention and he can't just, you know, be a kid and play and stuff. I think that's so sad. I mean, you know, you should just be able to be a kid, go outside and play football if you want, without getting recognised and, you know, a million people coming over and wanting a selfie with you. Like, that's not fair on a kid. The young girl who models, her name is Lily Hoyles, and she is very cute. She's very doll-like, you know, really sweet and cute. But she never looks happy. Like, a couple of the photos were in the article and she just doesn't look happy. Like, I feel like if the article was trying to promote this, then they'd at least pick images of her being happy. It's just mad, and you know, her mum was saying, you know, she never makes her do anything she doesn't want to do, she always makes it, you know, a happy experience for her. But when there's images like that, do you really think she's having a good time? Like, just let her be a kid, let her do what she wants rather than making her model. I take all of that back. She's the cutest kid I've ever seen in my life. I will show you a few photos. Hers is an Instagram page as well, by the way. I know I said the article was just for YouTube influencers, but it's not. She's an Instagram one, and she is the cutest kid I've ever seen in my life. Not that that makes it a good thing that she's on Instagram for the world to see, but she's happier than I thought she was, so that makes me feel a little bit better. And like, parents give up their own jobs for this. Like, they just become the managers of their children, and I just think it's crazy. That's not fair on the children in any way. I think out of the whole article, there was only like a couple of kids who seemed like they fully enjoyed it and they really, really wanted to keep doing it. You know, I don't think that's fair. It's not right. The kids should just be kids and they shouldn't have to worry about stuff like that. Yeah, as sad as it makes me, it's just the next step, I suppose, in the whole influencer idea. And now we move on to the zines. So in the workshop we obviously made a bunch. This one was fun. As you can see, it's basically just, we were just kind of screwing around, not gonna lie, but yeah, so this one I think is called like a zine within a zine. I think the idea is you're supposed to have the smaller page on the inside, so you open it up and then you can have like a smaller little page, and then, yeah. But that was just kind of another way of looking at it. You get smaller and smaller. I don't know, you could do a fun layout with this, I suppose. Not what I went for, as I'm sure you can tell by the way I'm talking about it. But we made this one, which is like a weird diamond shaped fold out thing, and then your images will be on the inside here, and then you can have some on the other side. Again, did not use that one. I don't know what this is, but it's here. There's this one anyway, with a big hole in the middle. I can't really remember what that's supposed to look like. Again, didn't use it, but it's another one we made. So let's go on to the one that I actually did use, is this one, the one that kind of concertina's out. You can tell that I've used it because I've scribbled all over it in planning and making my own. So yeah, it just kind of folds out like this, concertina style. I thought it was really good in terms of thinking about how Instagram's laid out, so you can kind of scroll through it. I know I was talking about this before, I think at the first vlog update, that I wanted to kind of have something that kind of scrolls, so it kind of mimics the way you scroll through Instagram. I think this was the perfect solution. It looks really effective, as I will show you. This was a very tiny little mock-up version where I did the layout on InDesign, and it was very confusing to do because it's basically one sheet of paper and then obviously you have to fold it up like this. So that's why I've scribbled all over it, because I was planning out which way up the images had to be and where they had to be and stuff like that. So yeah, that was I did that in InDesign, and then this was the kind of first version of it. The idea is you can just kind of flip through, so you get like the first couple of images, and then on the back I've done QR codes which relate to the images on the other side. So the first one, I believe, is about, what's the first one about? Yeah, the first one is an interview with Tim Berners-Lee, the inventor of the World Wide Web, regarding how he thinks the internet is at this current moment, how it's being used, and he talks very negatively about it. That's why I put it in, because I thought it was very interesting. It's a very interesting article, definitely recommend a read on that one. But in the second one is about self-esteem. So I've got an image here that says the best thing you can wear is confidence, and then on the back I thought it would be good to have one about self-esteem and how Instagram affects self-esteem. I've got a couple more here, and then on the back of this one is an article regarding popular hashtags. A couple more images here. This is the photo that I copied from Alexa Chung, so the QR code on the back links to that image on her Instagram page. So a couple more images here. The QR code on the back links to an article that kind of questions if the selfie is dead, because a lot of Instagram users nowadays hire photographers to kind of follow them around and take photos of them. So as you can tell, that photo isn't a selfie. I set up the camera on a timer, so that was kind of exploring that idea. A couple more images here. This one is very similar to one of Mariano Di Vaio's posts, so that QR code on the back links to that photo on his page. The last images, these were advertising posts, advertising the clothes that I'm wearing. So on the back is an article about how much money Instagram influencers make. And this is the final product in beautiful full colour. I didn't want to make it too big because, you know, since it's Instagram, you can only have Instagram on your phone, which isn't very big. So I think this is kind of the perfect size for it. I really like the images in this. I didn't want to have too many that weren't of me, obviously, because it's an influencer profile, but I think I really got across everything that I wanted to get across. I mean, this photo was like a throwback Thursday post, you know, so I thought that was a good one to put in to kind of show how I'm keeping on trend and stuff. I really like some of the more posed ones. I thought they were really effective, and again, really heavily relate to the kinds of things seen on influencer pages. But yeah, I think overall it worked out really great. I think it's really nice in colour, and I'm really, really happy with it. Yeah, I think it's really nice. As per guideline, I'm going to talk a little bit about audience before I say farewell for the final time. So I was looking at a couple of people who have published things similar to this in terms of, you know, selfies and kind of engaging with Instagram and that kind of thing. And I have been compared throughout this project to Kim Kardashian's book, which is called Selfish, published by Rizzoli New York. And it's just a book of her selfies, really. I think it's a hardback book. You just flip through, it's a book of her selfies. And I found another book, again, just a hardback traditional style book, by a Japanese influencer. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Yutakis James. James isn't Japanese, so I'm probably not saying it right. But anyway, his book is called A Flower Boy's Tale. Very pretty, it's very fashion based. But yeah, very nice. But there were only, I think, 10 printed copies that he just gave away. So it's more of a virtual book rather than a physical book. I suppose out of the two, I will kind of relate myself more to him, just because he is an Instagram influencer. That is his job. You know, Kim Kardashian's a bit more A-list for me, and his work is very digital based. Although he has got printed versions of it, it is still very digital based. So I thought he was kind of a good example. But I mean, in terms of like this project as a whole and the people I've looked at throughout the project, I would kind of align myself mostly with Amalia Ullman. I know she didn't make a publication of her work, and it was just an online performance. But I'm not doing the same things as the influencers. I'm making a point, you know, against them, and she's kind of doing a very similar thing. So yeah, in terms of like the intention of the project, I would align myself more with her work. And I think that's all I've got to talk about. So yeah, overall, I've really enjoyed this project. I think it was really fun. It was a very interesting comment on Instagram as a whole, how it's being used and stuff. And I really love my little zine. It's so small and cute, and there's so much packed into just a couple of pieces of paper, really. I mean, you know, so many images, and the QR codes I think were really effective in just kind of bringing more context into the work. So yeah, I think it's really effective. I'm really, really happy with it and how it turned out. The images look really great. So yeah, I'm overall really, really happy with it. Yeah, and I've really enjoyed this project. Yeah, thanks for watching 4 of these. and I'm sorry that they're so long, but that is what it is. So yeah, better give me a good grade or I'll be sad. Thanks for watching.